Hey everybody, welcome back to the Minecraft survival experience. As you can see, it built this little bit of a ice pathway, I guess. Makes things a lot easier getting over here. And also, as you can see, this enderman farm now works. Now, right now I have hostile mob sounds turned off because I hate all these enderman sounds. So also that way it doesn't hurt your ears. But yeah, this thing works now. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, White, what did you do to make sure that this thing now works or to get it working again? Well, essentially I uninstalled and reinstalled the game, and now it works. And it's not just this enderman farm that works now too. The one I have in White's World also works now, which is a totally different design. It still uses endermite, but it's a totally different design. Now, I'm not even going to speculate as to how this thing still works or how it works now, because honestly, I don't know. So we're not going to speculate about that. At least I'm not going to. You guys can in the comments if you want to, but honestly, I'm just happy it works now. I'm happy that we have a very efficient enderman XP farm now. And I just kind of want to give you guys an update and let you guys know that that does work now. So if any of you guys had that same problem I did, where only maybe 2 to 5 were spawning at a time, I highly recommend trying to uninstall and reinstall your game. Make sure you back up all your world saves and pretty much your .minecraft folder before you do that. That way you still retain all the other stuff. And also make sure if you uninstall and reinstall that you go ahead and make sure you delete the entire .minecraft folder. Otherwise, if you just uninstall and reinstall, it'll right back over and it doesn't work. It doesn't fix anything. So highly recommend doing that if you have the same problem. I don't know how many of you guys do. But guys, I still have a few more updates for you guys. I'm going to head back over to the village area and show you guys a few of the other things I've been doing since the last time we saw each other. So one of the major things I want to do pretty soon is expand this village. As you can see, this is all the space we're taking up by this village. This is it. This is where the original NPC village was at. And that's all the space I want to take up, or I originally wanted to take up. But seeing as we can make this village a whole lot bigger and a whole lot better, I want to expand it out to here. So what's going to happen, guys, is this wall right here, basically this wall going up to about there-ish, it's going to be removed. And a new wall is going to be inserted right there. As you can see, marked out by the granite. A new wall is going to be inserted right there, going all the way around and connecting with back up with the wall, probably around there or around there somewhere. That will give us pretty much twice the amount of room that we had before. And then these farms right here are going to be moved down to here, essentially. That's why I left this little space right here. Probably demo that little hill right there and put 1, 2, 3 probably farms right there, just so that we have our own basic, not automatic, regular cow, pig, and sheep farms. The way we have those down there, all good to go. So that's really the main thing, the main focus I want to have for this village going forward. I do actually have a new house design. As you can see there, I've sort of marked some things out that we will be building today. It'll be the enchantment house today for the village. It's going to be pretty noticeable, I think. And I think you guys are going to, or at least going to enjoy that build a little bit. I had to go ahead and remove that little bit of a farm right there, as you can see. That used to be one of those regular NPC farms. It was just in the way, and I needed the space for the new house and whatnot. So we might put something else there. We might put like a tree right there or something. I do want to incorporate some more custom trees around this place and all kinds of stuff like that. But one more thing I've done, as we see over here, I've started to work on this pathway over here. This pathway over here, as you guys know, is going to go to another village that's over there. So I've started working on the pathway, heading this way, going up. We've made a lot of progress so far. There's still a lot more to be made. I believe we still have... Yeah, if we kind of run over this way a bit, you will see this tunnel right here, which we still need to decorate and all that kind of stuff. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but hopefully soon. And then we still have to make a pathway this way. Probably add a few bridges around here. Be nice to have a bridge. Not really one right there. That can just be a pathway back there, but definitely a bridge over here. We need one right here. And then the dark oak forest is somewhere up that way. A long ways to go still, but it's over that way. Or roofed forest. That's what it's called. Not dark oak forest. It just says dark oak trees over there. But yeah, that's what things are looking like for future villages and pathways. I want to make pathways sort of a mainstay of this series. They're hugely important to sort of connect all the villages together that I want to have, because I still want to have multiple villages, not only this one, but one in Extreme Hills, maybe one in this taiga over here, maybe one over in the swamp that we have way over that way. I think that those will work out pretty well for us and would be a great addition to the series and to this world as we progress further. But guys, like I said earlier, the main part of today is building this house right here So let me go ahead and get started with the build, and I will see you all with a progress update in just a moment. So I kind of want to talk about my building process as well as we go through this house in particular, because I divide things particularly into 5 main steps. First step is basically already done, but go ahead and I guess do this little bit of this. The first step is framework, right? We need a good framework for this house simply because it establishes the size dimensions of it, and it goes ahead and, I don't know, just lays out a basic sort of template for us to go ahead and fill. The second part here is what I'm starting to do right now, which is sort of filling in these sides right here. So I'm not entirely certain how I want to do this, but one thing we are going to be doing for this house in particular is using bookshelves. I'm a big fan of using bookshelves for what this is going to be, which is our enchantment house. Enchantment table is going to go about right here. All kinds of good stuff in there. So basically what I do, we actually are missing some oak. For something like this, for a build like this, I may do some stuff with bookshelves if I know where those are where those are gonna be. But essentially, I just sort of fill in these sides here. Super easy, right? Super simple. Anyone can do this. I fill in the sides with whatever base block I want to have. So for me, it's oak. For you, it might be birch or spruce or whatever it might be. I go ahead and fill these in. Let me actually go ahead and get these filled in very quickly. And now that I have this filled in, now that I have, I actually would left a little bit of a hole right here and right over there because I know where these windows are going to be. Now it's time to start sort of breaking up the wall and detailing where I want things to be. So if we start on the main wall, usually in this instance as well, guys, I do have screenshots up. I'm not totally going off the fly for this, mainly because that's how I prefer to build. There are some people who prefer to sort of do everything off the fly and don't particularly care about building anything ahead of time. But I've learned over the years that I do a lot better if I do things a little bit, if I build things ahead of time and then sort of bring them over into this world. Do we have any stairs? Because that's just how my brain functions. If I were to build this thing off the fly, I think that's actually too high. I want it to be right here. I think I built that a little bit too high, although we'll probably, yeah, we can use that to build the roof off of anyways. If I went ahead and built this totally off camera, out of scratch with no sort of pre-planned anything, we'd be here forever. Because I go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth over ideas all the time, mixing some things up. And if we were to build that on camera, the entire thing on camera, we would be here forever. So we can go ahead and start detailing these walls as well. Let me go ahead and I go over here like that and like that. And we'll have glass in the middle right there. And this is sort of how the bookshelves are going to look. We're actually going to have glass right there as well. I like having a lot of windows for some reason. And another thing I should probably mention is as you guys kind of go along with your builds, if you guys are building alongside me or if you're just building in general in this game, one thing you will notice is that you'll tend to notice patterns in how you play this game. For me, I tend to use a lot of windows. I tend to use, for enchantment houses, I tend to use those books. I tend to do this sort of style of roof. And so it's also kind of important to notice that simply because sometimes you might want to challenge yourself. A lot of YouTubers, not just YouTubers, but just players in general, get into the same rhythm, doing the same sort of builds over and over and over and over and over again. And it is nice every once in a while, or maybe if you are tired of your current build style, to do something new. Because the only way you grow as a builder, the only way you grow in general, whether that's life, whether that's Minecraft, whatever it is to do something new, do something a little bit different, maybe a little bit crazy. Hopefully not nothing too crazy. Maybe something a little bit crazy that'll I don't know, hopefully help you in the future. So the next part of this is actually detailing down here. I've never done this before, but I figured I would try out some stairs and whatnot in the bottom here, kind of break up the texture of the brick. I wasn't completely happy with how just sort of flat this is, so I figured I'd use some stairs. I tried it the other way. I tried it like, I'll show you guys how I tried it. I tried it like that, but I don't like how that looks. It looks kind of silly to me. So I figured we would go ahead and do something like that. And then I'm doing it under every oak block and under every window. I'm leaving these alone, these bookshelves right here, simply because I'm actually not. Whoa, we can do it like this. Yeah. We can do that. Simply because I think it just looks weird to have these sort of stairs underneath of here, and just kind of dotting them in like this, just to break it up a little bit. It's not random as I kind of feel like it should be, but I think it will still work out just fine. So let's go ahead and do that, doom, bada boom. And that is basically the walls textured. Now for the third part, guys, the third part is the roof. Now the roof's going to be pretty much following what this is right here, but it's going to be basically birch on the outside, spruce on the inside as for the third part. And these are only the 3 main parts you really have to do. The 2 extra ones are just ones I do because I like how it looks a lot better. But that's just me, I guess. It doesn't necessarily have to be you as well. I'm going to go ahead, guys, and put in this roof. It's a very simple roof, so I don't think you guys need to see this. And I'll be back in just a moment with a progress update to finish off this build, hopefully. So step number 4 is all about interiors. As you can see, I've already done the ground, the floor here. Not the ground, the floor. I've replaced the ground with the floor. Birch floor. I really like birch floors. Birch is pretty good for flooring. But now we have to decorate the inside of this thing. And it took me a little while to kind of come up with a design that I like. But this is what I want to go with. I want to go with a lot of bookshelves, right? This is enchantment. So why shouldn't we have bookshelves, you know? Hopefully we have an actual level 30 enchant out of this thing. But like a little ring like this is a pretty simple. We actually need more birch. Pretty simple, very, I guess, old enchantment ring. A lot of people have used it in the past, and I thought it was pretty appropriate to kind of go back to those roots and use that again. So what we're going to do right here, if I can speak, put a glowstone. Why glowstone? Well, first off, that'll help us light up this area. Second off, and actually, is it right there? Yeah, it is right there. Because then the enchantment table goes, haha. And as you can see, it still kind of lights up things, right? Pretty cool, pretty cool. Right here and here, we have, I don't have it on me. We can make a few. Let's make 2. Crafting benches, always like having one here and one here. Pretty simple stuff. If you go over here, back here, I always like to have, we dig under, always like to have at least 1 anvil around here. So that one's very damaged, but we'll replace it at some point. And right here will end up being an ender chest. I don't know if I actually have a spare ender chest on me. Let's go see. Can we have a look and see if I actually have a spare ender chest? I do have a spare ender chest. Okay, we'll put the spare one in. I know we have an ender chest in there, but I like having one in here as well. Because if I'm ever enchanting, I kind of want to be enchanting with that there. Okay, so bookshelves right here. Bookshelves right here. Now for the ceiling. The ceiling was kind of the hardest one to come up with. Because I wasn't really certain exactly how I wanted to do this. But essentially all I'm going to be doing is a ring of spruce stairs right here. I think it looks fine. And the ceiling really to me doesn't matter too much. I mean, I'm not going to be looking up a whole ton, hopefully. So I don't think it really matters. And having these right here, it's just, I guess, good transition. Makes it so that the inside doesn't look weird. Kind of transitions into the roof pretty well. So I'm happy about that. Along here, I like putting a bit of some slabs right here. I think it looks pretty cool. When you come in, you can still see outside over here, but you can also see what's going on right here. So I think that looks pretty good. I think pretty outstanding. Now over here, I actually need to have a few chests because obviously we're gonna still be storing some stuff in here. So I need a few chests. That's where I want the chest to be. I actually need as well. I don't know if we have one over here, but I want a cobble wall. Let's go ahead and put you there. Yeah, see? And if we really wanted to, we could always put a torch right there. If we absolutely wanted to. Now, next thing, and one of the last things, I believe, is we actually want to go ahead and put some carpets right there. What I'm going to do, though, this is a very old trick. If you guys don't know this, you should. you should definitely be using this in your world if you haven't already. I like using carpets in some builds, like these house builds and things like that. And one pretty cool trick is that you can put glowstone underneath of those carpets and the light still shines through, kind of like with the enchantment table, right? So we put glowstone right here. Maybe if I did something like this and like that. Not a bad design, right? Not bad at all. I quite like it. Well, I'm not really sure what to put right there, actually. You know what? I was going to put... Yeah, I think it looks better. I was going to put the ender chest right there, but I think it might actually serve a better purpose right here. Because then we can put an anvil right there. That way we have a pretty ready and able anvil right here and right there. And crafting benches right there and right there. Although, we actually might want to switch this around. Yeah, I think we actually want to switch this around. Crafting table underneath, crafting table over there. Because our anvils here are going to be a lot more useful to us. Do this. A lot more useful to us. If I change my mind later, I'll change it back, but it'll be a lot more useful right there. Make it super easy, and we can always bend down right there for the crafting, and ender chest over here, because we don't necessarily need that on the ready. And then, as you can see here, I have some painting. This is the last thing we're going to do. Now, these are a bit tricky. You have to sort of do something like that. Otherwise, let's say I didn't do that. You get a huge painting like that, right? So you have to sort of quarantine the area of where you want to have your painting. So something like that. I think those two are fine. I don't really particularly care. And then over here, for instance, if I were to do a painting, it gives you the 2x2. So what I have to do here, boom, boom, give you that. Not bad, right? And yeah, that's basically it for the interior, guys. Pretty simple, I think. Nothing major here. The only reason I added paintings on the walls, to be honest, I could have just left them blank, but I haven't used paintings a whole lot, and I figured I would try them in this enchantment house, see if I like how they look. I may have gone a bit overboard with the paintings, to be honest, but I think it fills up the wall space pretty well, especially like ones like that. They kind of break up all the wood that's right here. Those probably don't need to be there. I like these as well. Maybe have 2 1x2s instead of a 1x1 or whatever. But I think it still looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. I like the carpet. I don't use carpet very often. I chose red and purple because I thought that those kind of best reflected enchantment table, right? We have the red on top and the purple for the obsidian down there. It's more of a purple black, but red and purple, I think that's okay. So we'll go ahead and go with that. So that's the 4th step in my building process. The 5th step, which we're going to do in just a moment, is going to go ahead and do the exterior of this. I have some ideas for some bushes. We're going to do stuff very similar to that over there, but I have some other ideas as well. But it is nighttime. I need to go to sleep, take a little nap. And after I do that, guys, we'll get on and finish this build. Oh boy, I never actually realized how much I actually talk. But I talk a lot. Way too much. Anyways, guys, we're here for the 5th and final part of today's episode. A little bit of some exterior. So not too much here for this build in particular. I have a few extra ideas I want to play around with. Of course, we're going with the sort of same old right here that we've done over here with a little bit of the 2 high, 2 high, 1 high. Of course, these are 3 high, 3 high, 2 high because this is lower than this end, obviously. And I did kind of realize when building this thing we were a little bit close on this side. I think it still worked out okay though. We're not too terribly close where it feels awkward going between, so we're just gonna do that. But then I also do this little fence trick right here that I've done on all the other houses. I think this just sort of adds a little extra texture, and I just kind of like it, to be honest. I think it looks pretty cool, and also these armor stands are in the way. Get out. How do you break this thing? Just like that? Just like that? Okay, we actually... Ooh, we could probably find a place for that in here, maybe. Can we? We could have put one right there. You know what? I actually might change that in a little bit. But yeah, that's the major part of the outside. And of course, I have these 2 bushes right here. What are you going to put here, White? You may be asking. Well, I don't know if I actually like this, but something like that. And then torch. Right? Kind of signifies the doorway right here. Just add something a little bit extra right here. That might be pretty cool. Now, one thing I also wanted to try. I don't think I have any on me. I don't, do I? No, I don't. I'll have to wait till later. I was going to put some rose bushes. Ooh, do I have bone meal, though? I think I have bone meal. I do have bone meal. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. Get some rose bushes. Maybe play around putting one maybe right here or something. Maybe down here, because you know how we have these flower boxes over here? I thought about doing something like that with some coarse dirt right here. I don't really know if I'd like that, but then have... I don't think we have any coarse dirt, so I'm not even sure why I did that, but have coarse dirt right here and just have like not a flower right there, but like a flower right there. Something like that. Probably not one right there. Mix it up a little bit. Have one right there or something. Actually, I like it better right there. Yeah, and have another flower right here or something. Just kind of break up the outside textures. One thing I've noticed, the more I continue to build and whatnot, is that using these little details, these little flowers, these little leaves, these fences, whatever they are what make a build not only stand out, but what make it better just overall, make it a better build in general. You can have a great structure, you can have a great framework and great roof and all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, it's those little details that really make things pop and make the build extra special for yourself. Even things like this, which I never thought I would actually do with a leaf block and a fence and a torch. Something that I never thought I would actually do. Carpets, all kinds of stuff like that I don't normally use. Those are the kinds of things in house builds specifically that really make it stand out. Obviously, with different kinds of builds, there's different ways, all kinds of stuff that I can stand here for hours and talk about. But yeah, that's just one my little tidbit. I'm not the best of builders, but I have learned a few tricks over the years. So just something to think about if you're ever building in your world, or even if you're not building in your world, or just looking at other builds. Think about the little details that people put in and the kind of time they put into that. I think it adds a lot more than people realize. But guys, that's it for the build today. The build is completed. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What do you think of this build? I think it looks pretty all right. We still have a lot of things to do around here. We need to add some pathways around here. Maybe add some sort of extra detail around here. Maybe a border or something. We need to add a lot of extra details in this space. It looks kind of weird as it is with just this house detailed and that house detailed and whatnot. We need to add some little extra things around here that I think will really make things pop. So I got to do that in the future. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that, but we should hopefully be doing that pretty darn soon. Like I said, guys, that is it for the main part of today's episode. I still have one more thing left to do today, guys. The comment of the video. Let me go pick a comment. I will see you all in just a moment. Tried a few things in regards to the flowers. I tried putting some coarse dirt down here. It just looks weird as a standalone. I think it needs something around it, but I don't know what would really work. So I'm leaving that for now. I will actually probably get rid of, I didn't do it back here, but I'll probably get rid of the coarse dirt. Not a huge fan of it, to be honest. Unless you guys disagree. I mean, maybe if I tried, I know we did, let's just make some of that. What if I extended this? I mean, if I extended this, it wouldn't look as weird, I don't think. I mean, like, that works. I don't know if I actually like that idea, because I'm going to have to extend it here probably, right? Have to extend it all the way across here. Then we would have to extend it here. I mean, here's not that bad. And I don't really know if I like that or not. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. I know I'm asking for a lot of comments today, but I don't know if you guys have any opinions. So that's one thing to comment about if you do have an opinion. And one more thing before we get into the comment for today. I forgot to tell you guys, I kind of went ahead and messed with a bunch of these shulker boxes. So we went ahead and named a bunch. I'll go over a few. This is our backup gear. This is most of our valuables, food, torches, comment supplies, anything redstone-y, which I haven't gotten into yet, quartz, sand, sugarcane, and paper and things like that. This is smooth stone, and this is cobblestone. Smooth stone is lighter because smooth stone is lighter than, at least I always envision it as being lighter than cobblestone. Ores, different ores that we get from mining and whatnot. Glowstone, wood, bone blocks, my favorite block. This used to be called fave block or favorite block, but then someone else suggested bad to the bone, which is pretty cool. This is our little dye box, so all the different dyes that we need for those shulker boxes and stuff. I'm putting a bunch in there. Good thing to have on us. And then these are just 4 regular shulker boxes for just whatever projects and caving and things like that. So you can pause the video wherever you want back there. Kind of look over those names. I didn't really go over them. I tried to make them a little bit funny, but also try to make them appropriate and just still tell us exactly what is in the box. Obviously, we have the color coding. For instance, I have the torch box is orange, and I have sugarcane box, reeds greater than sugarcane, because obviously reeds is better. Reeds are better, sorry. I have it as lime green, because that's what the color of it is, of the actual plant, and things like that. Different sort of colors for that. So if you guys are interested in that sort of thing, you can kind of go back over that. But I do have one last thing for today, guys. The comment for today. Today's comment is from a user by the name of Tech Asian Gaming, who said, with any mob, if you and this Tech Asian's going into some things about the villager breeder specifically in this comment, but this person said, with any mob, if you go more than 24 blocks away, the mobs will stop moving. What may have happened with the breeder is that they bred some more baby villagers, but you moved far away and they grew up before falling into the channels. That's basically it. If you guys don't know, we can kind of sort of walk over to the villager breeder, I suppose. I think Tech Asian's pretty much referring to this guy, this jumping guy right here in that comment. This has gotten a lot worse than the last time I was over here. But yeah, essentially what happened then for that little baby is that it fell down into the water stream, but because of these areas, I can't show you right now, but because there are some areas where the water isn't flowing down there. It probably got stuck there and then got stuck down there so long that it ended up growing up down there. And then these guys right here is just that the baby villager didn't go down into the water stream. That's all that is. And then things spiral out of control. I really need to take care of this soon. It's looking pretty bad. And that as well. Oh boy, that's gonna be an explosion when that's done for. But yeah, very good comment. Thank you all so much for the comments as usual. You guys are awesome with that. Is there anything else I want to talk about this comment? No, I think I covered it. And I think that's going to do it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching this episode in the Minecraft Survival Experience world. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead, smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and are not already subscribed. Anyways, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.